Investment Gathering November 2022. Okay, standard disclaimer. So please take note, we are here on education, not doing any investment recommendations. Okay, again, either refresher or for those who are joining for the first time. So every semester, okay, which is the first semester is February to June, and the second semester is August to November. So in this semester, every semester we have a theme as in THEME. And the theme for this semester is actually growth. So we actually talk about growth stocks, income stocks. So for growth, we are actually there for capital gain, and income for various reasons, we're actually there for passive income. So for this particular semester, we actually focus on growth, and growth not just from stocks. So we actually look at the various instruments whereby they actually can give growth, not limited to stocks. So that's how this is run. Of course, this is not for everyone. So like I said, for investment, it's good to understand what everybody else is doing. It's good to understand what is available, but then you have to make your decision what is suitable for you. So please take note, for growth is high risk. And of course, over the course of this semester, we have actually gone through various instruments. In August, we actually look at SG growth stocks. So of course, some of the stocks of growth, obviously. For September, we actually look at the ETFs. Okay, how do we actually select ETFs? What are some of the themes? Interesting investment theme we have actually looked at. So for the last month, we actually look at options, how we actually use options to actually create growth. And for this month, okay, this session today, we will actually look at property. So of course, many people has actually used property to create growth. So my point here is this, end of the day, investment, we shouldn't be so short-sighted. End of the day, whichever instruments that serve your purpose best, okay, you should adopt the instrument, or in fact, you should diversify across different instruments. So like, for example, my property. So even though I only have one, I buy for my own stay, but interestingly, this is one of the better instruments among all the rest of instruments that has helped me to grow in the sense of wealth accumulation. So quite interesting. Don't think that property should be for your own stay. If it's own stay, you cannot use it for growth. Even I've one, I actually use it as a growth instrument, and it has, to be very frank, served me well. And that's why, hopefully, after today's session, and thanks to Ken. Ken is my invited speaker. I'll introduce him a little bit more later. So thanks to Ken, hopefully after today, you actually have some change perspective about property. Okay, so again, we are not here, or I'm not here to recommend any instrument. Okay, I just want to share different investment perspective, different investment products. And as an investor, it's good to know what is available. And of course, end of the day, depending on your investment objective, then you decide what is suitable for you. Okay, of course, again, just a very quick recap. It doesn't mean that, if you do growth, you cannot be income. You do income, you cannot be growth. Also, personally, I think I repeated many times, among my funds, 70% of my funds is actually in income. Okay, end of the day, my objective is to be financially free, which means that my passive income can cover my expenses. So that's where my 70% of my money go, okay, to actually generate passive income. So even though I do invest in growth instruments as per what you see here, but every month I will invest in income stocks, or everyone can invest in income stocks. That didn't change at all. It doesn't mean that growth income. So I'm now 70-30, 70 income, 30 growth. So if let's say my growth to perform well, then of course I can achieve my financial freedom objective faster. And if it does not do well, okay, then it's okay. I just take longer time because 70% of mine is actually an income stock. Okay, so this is a quick overview of what we have been doing in this semester, just in case you forgot. And of course, for those who actually joined for the first time, hopefully I just give you enough to actually get you started. Okay, so agenda for today is this. We actually spend quite a bit of time talking about property for growth. So of course, property itself you can use for various reasons. Some people use property for income. Okay, is just buy, hold, and collect rental. Some people use property for wealth preservation. So this is getting more common. So in fact, property is actually known to be one of the better instruments if you are looking to preserve your wealth. That means really pass it on to next generation, Actually, property is just one of them. So for this simple reason, if I ask you to name a 100-year-old company, okay, maybe let's try. Anyone can name me a 100-year-old company or a company that's more than 100 years old? Anyone? Anyone can name me a 100-year-old company? Anybody? Company that's more than Jardine? I don't think so. No, Jardine, I don't think so. I don't think. AIG. Okay, that I am not too sure. Okay, that okay. So sorry. So yeah, maybe so the overseas one I'm actually not too sure. But you think about this, if let's say Baostate, definitely yes. Okay, interesting. Okay, I didn't know Colgate is 100 years old, is it? Okay. Anyway, I can't verify. But you think about this, let's say 100 years ago, you just own anywhere in Singapore, be it Punggol, be it whatever, 100 years ago, anywhere in Singapore, and if let's say you can prove that it's yours, no matter what, you're going to be very rich. So in fact, I heard this, someone may heard it before. So there's this friend of mine told me, if let's say you have a friend called Talib, or for those singles, if you can go and marry this guy called Talib. Why? Because their grandfather 100 years ago actually owned land in Orchard Road. And based on his will, the land can only be distributed to his descendants 100 years later. So what I understand here is this, that portfolio is actually worth 2 billion. Okay, so basically, yes, if you ask me, property has been a very well preservation tool. And of course, property can also be for growth. Okay, property can also be growth. So this is where Ken later will share more. So many people think that, oh, now with all the ABSD, with all the SSD, with all the restriction, property price so high, it's very hard to have growth anymore. That is not true. And a lot of people think that, as long as you keep the right timing, you can actually grow, make money from property. That is also not true. So if you actually want to use property for growth, okay, that you must actually exercise certain investment strategy. So so it can be an interesting instrument to grow your wealth. So of course, like I said, we are also not forgetting income. Okay, end of the day, I always jokingly like to say, investment is just like boyfriend or girlfriend. Doesn't mean that you invest in property, you cannot invest in stocks. So in fact, you should invest in more. You can only have one husband or one wife, but you can have more than one boyfriend or girlfriend. Okay, so yes, even I do invest in property my own. Okay, stocks, ETF, I diversify, and of course, income stocks is my bread and butter. End of the day, I need to depend on the dividends for my retirement. Okay, then we go to Kahoot game, and today's admin is going to take longer. Okay, because again, maybe for the benefit for joining us for the first time, we have leftover funds, and we will donate the leftover funds away. So we actually need you all to propose what are some of the charitable organizations, and we'll do a voting. If let's say there's more than 2, I think we have money to donate to 2 organizations. We'll do a voting, and I will then personally go down to hand them the check. So this has been a very enriching exercise for me. I didn't know that in Singapore there's so many charitable organizations, and I've been doing this exercise over the past 10 years. I think easily I've visited at least 50 of them. So yes, we will continue this tradition, and so later please feel free to propose an organization to donate to. Okay, so this is what we're actually going to go through today.